Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to JJO Gaming and welcome back to episode 7 of the EU4 Holland series, or episode 2 I think I should say, or 3. I'm not good at keeping track of what I've made. Doesn't matter so much. Yes, last episode we made our first forays into the Colonial game. We colonized Biafara. We have explored the Caribbean Sea and the American East Coast. We have started to fabricate a claim on Limburg down here, or Upper Gelders as it's called here, but the actual province name nowadays is Limburg. And that's what we're going to do this episode. We were going to continue with our colonization, and we're trying to expand where we can, but we're not really in a big hurry. In the end, we kind of want to conquer most of the low countries here in red, but we're not in a hurry. We have the rest of the game to conquer that land, and we're not going to grow much beyond this region in this playthrough. Alright, so what can we do? We can build a marketplace, but there's no real provinces here anymore. I think we're going to hold off on that a little while. I also thought about this last in between episodes, is that we have one colonist, but there's no real reason to keep him in this specific province all the time. We can just recall this guy. It will be expensive to have a second colony going, because this one is already -2, and I believe the second one will be probably more expensive, but we have plenty of money, so let's just recall this guy, send him somewhere else. I think that's probably a good idea. Could we already send him to South Africa? No, not yet. I guess we will start by sending him to the Caribbean. We looked last time if there was still a province available that had a trading bonus, trading modifier. Ideally in the Caribbean. Let's have a look. We can go to Jamaica. Jamaica has a natural harbor. We can go to Curaçao, which is appropriate because that is where the Dutch went originally and historically. Or we can go to Cuba, up here, Havana. That's also a possibility. I reckon we will go to Curaçao first if we can. 470 distance away. We can't reach them. That's a shame. We can reach the Caribbean though, just not very far into the Caribbean apparently. Can we reach this one? That will give us trade power in the Amazonas, but that doesn't really help us much because we can't really steer this straight to the English Channel very quickly. Or we could go after, I guess, the American East Coast. Although somebody apparently has already taken Manhattan. Don't do that, man. We want that. That's New Amsterdam. I guess the Native Americans took all the trading ports already. I reckon we can probably not even reach this, right? No. I think probably in the next technology we will be able to reach it, but not this time. So then I guess we'll go with St. Martin. 451, damn. These are very highly developed islands, I suppose. I guess St. Martin, because that is historical. That is still a Dutch colony, actually. Or at least the northern half of it is a Dutch colony. Or, well, it's a Dutch special municipality. Yeah, we have still 6 islands in the Caribbean. We have Aruba, and then Bonaire, Curaçao. And then I believe Aruba and Curaçao are independent kingdoms within the Kingdom of the Netherlands. So they have their own parliaments and they're basically independent, but they are still part of the Dutch kingdom. And Bonaire is a special municipality. So they are part of the real Netherlands, or part of the sort of continental Netherlands. But they are outside of any provinces. And then we have St. Martin up here. And then St. Eustace. Don't know where that is. It's one of these other islands. I don't know quite which one. And Saba, which is a tiny island. I think it's probably this one. Not quite sure. Those are the 3 islands we still have up here. And those are these 6 islands are all that's left of the Dutch colonial empire, which is a good thing if you ask me. We shouldn't have gone to those places in the first place, France is having a big revolt, but they're winning. Okay, good. We want to keep them. Dirk van de Barneveld has finished his exploration of the American East Coast. I reckon let's go to... Oh, can we not... I want to explore the South Atlantic, really. Is that maybe this one? No, it's a coast. I guess we have to wait until we have a naval base that's closer by. That's fine, though. We will have one soon, hopefully. Let's keep an eye on the claim fabrication in Gelre. So how much does that second colony cost? Yeah, that's -4 gold. So this is very expensive. But we can afford it. Yeah, if you didn't notice what I was looking at the colonial maintenance thing here. So the first colony is 2 gold, and then the second colony is a lot more expensive. But that's fine. We can afford it. We should also maybe put some more money into rooting out corruption. Oh no, it's not that high. It will be gone in a year or so. Oh, that's completely fine. We are almost at 30. It's only allied with Munster, right? So this Gelre has 4k troops, Munster has 7k, so we can deal with them both together. So we're going to do that. We're going to march our army over here to Zertogenbos and wait for the spy network to get up to 30. Yep, there we go. There we go. Hello, Gelre, my good friend. Or are we still in a truce with you? No, we're not. I would like to fabricate a claim on your lands. There we go. Gelre, my dude. You're a gunner. We can even call in France. I guess they're out of debt. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, that's good to know. Bohemia is not, I guess. Oh, they're the Holy Roman Emperor. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. Do they like us, though? Keep an eye on that. They love us. Okay, great. They will let us take land in the Holy Roman Empire then. That's good. Is it Flemish or Flemish or Dutch? It's Flemish. Okay, so this is an unaccepted culture. But that's fine by me. Yes, take land Upper Gelders. Gelre is sort of the medieval term for this province, modern day. So this province still exists in the Netherlands, although they didn't really draw the borders correctly, because Gelre has a sort of extra bit of land here in between the two great rivers. But a modern day province still looks fairly similar to this one, and it's called Gelderland. So most of the... Oh shit, I guess we didn't... Shit, we didn't increase army maintenance, probably. We lost that. Welp. Wow, that was dumb. We might want to reload that one if we lose this, because that is just unrealistic. But no, we should be fine. Age of Reformation has started. From east to west, this is the age of religious conviction, debates, and mass movements. In Europe, Protestantism is entrenched, while millenarianism takes hold of Iran, and religious syncretism shapes Indian society. I think the last two are a bit of a stretch. Millenarianism, I think, is the Shia faith. I guess Muscat Company. Is the Reformed Church already? No, it's still all Protestant, right? Yeah. So we're waiting for the Reformed religion. So if you guys don't know, there's a Reformation that is Protestant, and then there's another Reformation that is Reformed. And I think it's a bit confusing, but basically Protestant means Lutheran, and Reformed means Calvinist. Okay, if you don't know the difference between those two, which is, understandable, especially if you're not from the West, that the differences between all those sects might be a bit confusing to you. But basically, we have Martin Luther, who started the Protestant movement, and then you have John Calvin from Switzerland, and there's a couple of other Swiss reformers like Zwingli that are also from this area. That is sort of the second wave of Reformation, and there's some differences between Lutheranism and Calvinism. From what I recall, Lutheranism is a bit closer to sort of centralized, and there's bishops in there. Calvinist is much more decentralized. There's no sort of head of the church in Calvinism. It's more separate. And there's predetermination plays a major part in at least Calvinism. I'm not quite sure about Lutheranism. So that is sort of the doctrine that God has ordained everything. There is no free will, because God determines from everyone's birth, what his life will be, which is a very depressing thought, if you ask me. But okay, Calvinism is of course the basis for most of the religions in America, but not really in Europe. In Europe, it's us, the Dutch. We are still primarily Calvinists. It's the Swiss, and that's it basically. I think the northern Germany is mostly Lutheran, with some exceptions. Denmark, Sweden, Norway are mostly Lutheran. Czechia, I really don't know actually. I think they're just Catholic, right? Well, I mean, they're former Eastern Bloc, so they're pretty much irreligious. Okay, Dirk van der Barneveld is back. Does he have anything else to explore? Explore. Circumnavigate the globe. We need to have Diplotech 9. I feel like we're pretty close to that. Yeah, we are. We're gonna help him. We're gonna have him do that later. We can pass the Blasphemy Act. Declare blasphemy a common law. No. We're not gonna do that. We can invest in a new idea. Which new idea? Both of them. I think we're waiting for the technology upgrade, right? Haven't embraced colonialism. Is colonialism already here? No, it's still Renaissance. I guess we are quite ahead in technology, right? Not that much. Not that much. Well, actually, we're on par with the highest technologies, highest developed lands in Europe. So it's, me and Munster, Gelre and Munster still. So now that our army is back up to full morale, we stack wiped the Gelrians, Gelranites, and the Munstrians, or whatever. Are we gonna maybe like vassalize Munster? We could do that, I guess. Because we're not gonna expand very fast anyway. How is the aggressive expansion? It's non-existent. We could see what if we could do that. Yeah, so Gelre is already 20 aggressive expansions, so probably Munster will be even more. That's probably not a good idea. We should just focus on Gelre, especially since we don't really want to antagonize anybody. Okay, we have potential of gaining 1 Diplo. It's no secret that both Duke Willem VII and consort Miriam have a way with words, and thus with people. They can both make a stranger feel perfectly at ease in their presence, and somehow always manage to be the one making the closing argument in the discussion. Although perhaps not entirely equal in charm, and using different personal strengths, they have grown to enjoy attending social events together, often seen smiling smugly at one another from a distance. What is for certain is that the duchy is better off since their union. Oh, that's cute. So we can potentially gain 1 diplomacy point. That would be pretty amazing, actually. Sure. No, we didn't gain it. We did gain 100 diplo power, though. So that's already kind of worth it. Let's keep an eye on this war, though. We don't want anybody else to be called in. But it seems like we destroyed most of their armies, at least. Oost-Friesland has been occupied by Munster. We don't really care. We're at 70%. Can we already annex Gelre? Nope. I guess we will move into Munster again. You Munstrianites. -1 stability or -10 prestige. I mean, the Papal State already hates me, right? Yeah, so screw the Pope. We gotta move away from him soon anyway. We are losing a bit of money here, but that's probably because we are... we have our birth of colonialism. Okay, nice. Where is it born? I hope it's born with us. No, it's in here in northern Spain. That's a shame. Because I don't know if I have explained properly what institutions are, but basically it starts in one province and spreads outwards from there. And basically, the sooner you embrace it, the faster your technological growth will go. So the fact that this now spawned here in northern Spain is not really good for us, because it means that it will take a while to get here. But it could have spawned in the Netherlands as well, because I think it triggers based on if you have colonies and if you have explored a lot. And I feel like we are quite early, quite ahead in the colonial game, although I suppose Spain and Portugal are much further ahead than us. But we'll get there. We'll chase them down. Don't you worry. And so I also check if we can vassalize Munster. That would be quite nice. But probably it will be too much aggressive expansion. But we can try, I guess. We can invest in new technology. Level 9 of Diplo. I think we will wait a little while for the 20% penalty to go down. We can probably take another Diplo idea. Avoid travel time, that's worthless. 10% settler change is quite good. And then the fabricate claim thing is also quite good. So I guess... No, we're going to save up some Diplo, I think, because soon we will be at admin level 10. And then, well, no, that's quite a ways off, I guess. But then I want to take trade ideas, which cost Diplo. So it would be nice to have some Diplo stored for these ideas, because the first couple of them are really good. Like global trade power plus 20%, that's amazing. Another merchant is great. Trade range plus 25% is great. So it's all great. So I really want to keep that. Okay, I'm just gonna check how much admin it costs, or how much aggressive expansion it costs to vassalize Munster. 65, that's a bit too much, yeah? We'll get a massive coalition against us. Well, I say massive, it's not that massive, but we're still not going to do it, probably. We could ask Munster for some money, though. Here, I want 70 gold. I also want your trade power and war reparations. Thank you. And then from Gelre we will take their land. Thank you. All right, we conquered another province. The province of Limburg. We can move our army down there and suppress the revolters a little bit. Let's lower our army maintenance, make some more money, and I think we should be fine in Gelders. It won't go down too much. They won't revolt too much, probably. Okay, Brandenburg wants to be in an alliance again. Are they still rival to... Oh, no, Brandenburg is no longer a rival of Bohemia. Oh, in that case, I think we can do it, right? Yeah, why not? They already love us. They are the ones that broke the alliance initially, even though we didn't want to. They're a pretty powerful ally, so I wouldn't mind that. So Sint Maarten. Oh, it immediately renamed it to Sint Maarten. That's cool. Beafada is also nearing completion. We're not going to go with a cardinal, thank you. We will add this one to the trade company if we can. No, we can't. Oh no, that doesn't work in the Americas. The Americas has a different system. It's the colonial nation system. You can see it here already. There's a nation here which is a colony of Portugal. They're an independent nation, but they're a colony of Portugal. And I think they send trade power to Portugal. That's gonna happen to us as well once we've colonized more than 5 provinces in the Caribbean. That's gonna happen. There's also a guy in here who increases our colonial range. That's actually very useful. So does this... this gives colonial range plus 50. But then we still cannot reach Manhattan, for example. And we do kind of want that, right? If we hire that guy... this guy... Jacob Usselings... Then we can reach North America. So I think it's probably a good idea to hire him. He's not that expensive anyway. And plus 1 Diplo power is also quite useful. Our explorer is ready. Oh, I guess because we now hired this guy, we get a little bit more colonial range. So now we can explore the coast of the South Atlantic. That's good. And probably once this province is finished and cored, we will be able to explore further down. But yeah, Vada has grown enough to become self-sustaining. Yeah, we got an event that grabbed some population from Sint Maarten, so that's a bit of a shame, but oh well. But yeah, Vada is now our colonial holding. Very good. So there's also a system where you can set a trade center, but I guess that's not. I think that's only for merchant republics. So you can see now that we cannot really convert this province because it's a colony. It's in the trade power region, but we now probably can colonize further down here, right? We have no colonies to stand. Yeah, of course, because they're in Sint Maarten right now. That's fine, I suppose. South Atlantic has been explored, but I probably can now explore further, right? Because we now have a province. Yeah, South Atlantic Sea and Atlantic South America Sea. But let's do South Atlantic Sea. Because I kind of want to try to colonize South Africa, because that gives us a nice foothold towards India, which is really the main reason for our colonial efforts, right? Plus 10%. Yep. So let's increase Diplo technology to level 9. That will increase our colonial range even further. Let's also increase the military technology. We can have some new unit types. the Condotta Landsknecht and Reformed Geloglac. I think we will go with the Condotta for now. That's good. I think this is approximately where we were at the end of last playthrough. So it took us 2 episodes to get, or almost 2.5 episodes to get here. But that's fine. We can enact another government reform, state and religion, curtail clerical privileges. That sounds like a no-brainer. Maintain balance of power. Lands for the church. Oh, we cannot do that because we abandoned the Pope. I mean, that's fine. Curtail clerical privileges. Let's do it. -10 influence for the clergy. Sounds good to me. Let's increase my army maintenance because I want to do another reduction in the state land. That sounds like a good idea. The Reformation branches out. Oh, that's what we were looking for. But this is the start of the second wave of Reformation. I think we will just convert to this one. It's better to do it quickly, because if you do it quickly, then you will get the center of Reformation like Brabant or like Antwerpen now is. And you will be, it will convert your provinces for you. So you will be more unified early on. Okay, so the Reformation branches out. The Protestant Reformation is spreading like wildfire across Europe. Several different movements have already formed, proposing alternative ways of reforming the Christian faith. A devout preacher in Brabant has become the principal figure in the so-called Reformed school of thought, stressing the complete ruin of humanity's ethical nature. Only with the divine intervention of God can humanity find salvation, turning from rebellion to willing obedience. Yeah, so that's the Calvinist thing, is that humans can't be saved. It's only up to the salvation of God, and you don't know. There's nothing you can do in life to get that salvation. So there's only like the chosen ones who will get into heaven, and God already knows when they're born that they will get into heaven. It was a big point of contention actually in the earlier Golden Age. There was Dutch Golden Age. I mean, so there was a big truce with Spain during the Dutch War of Independence when we fought against Spain for independence. And during the truce, there was immediately infighting between sort of the hardliner Calvinists who were in favor of this, so in favor of predestination, as it's called. So the idea that God can only God is the only one who can give you forgiveness, and there's nothing you personally can do. And those who oppose this doctrine, who are sort of less hardline, but more broadly, because the latter group was only a very tiny minority, even in the more open-minded provinces. More broadly, this was about how many disagreeing viewpoints can we accept in our church. And this is one of the few times in Dutch history where the hardliners actually won. So the Dutch Reformed Church became a sort of centralized, well, not really, but sort of the doctrine of the Dutch Reformed Church was set, and the predestination became the central theme. It's quite interesting, this kind of thing, especially since it's still basically the case to this day. Although I think if you would ask the average Dutch Protestant about this concept of predestination, they would probably look at you funny, because the current Dutch Protestant Church is fairly liberal. Let's see. We will convert to Reformed, though. Convert. A religion can have 3. Yeah, so there's only 3 centers of Reformation allowed, but since there's only one Reformed center of Reformation here in Antwerpen, we can go for this one. Center of Reformation will appear in a European province. Possible advisors +1, tolerance of heretics +2. Yeah, so the game says that with the Reformed, you also, if you become Protestant, you get a big negative penalty with all Catholic nations. But if you're Reformed, that's less so, even though that to me doesn't really make sense. But oh well. Let's convert to the Reformed Church. Yes, please. Do we have a center of Reformation in our land? Yes, here in Zettergebos. So that's 2 centers of Reformation very close together. Let's convert our capital first. And let's proclaim the act of uniformity. Take further steps towards a unified church by enforcing church attendance and set the order of services and prayers to be used in the Book of Common Prayer. Institution embracement cost +10%. I mean, that's fine. I think we talked about this before, but money is not really an issue. Embracing the new institution costs money, and we have plenty of money. So if that's 10% more expensive, doesn't really matter that much to me. And +1 missionary strength is very nice. So let's do it. We have the centralized Dutch Reformed Church. We can also improve the admin technology. So let's do that. There we go. So the next group will be the best. We are the technological powerhouse of Europe, which is good. And we are also reformed. So how about does that do to our relations with the emperor, for example? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Heretic religion -10. And what about Brandenburg? Also heretic religion, even though they're Protestant. But it's also -10. Okay, so we'll be fine probably. We should, by the way, we should send the diplomats back to Brandenburg and Bohemia. Get their relations up a bit. Get their relations up a bit. I don't know why I'm so stuttering so much. And we already had 80 prestige, and we now lost 100 prestige because we switched religions, which is not great, but I mean, it's fine. We will get a little bit more morale of armies and navies and some other negative modifiers, but we should still be fine. So that's okay with me. Very good. Okay, Reformed Church. Keep an eye on that. Continue converting provinces. Yeah, you can see it now. That's because we have 2 centers of reformation already. 2 provinces are converting to Reformed religion by themselves. It's actually pretty historical to have at least 1 center of reformation in the Netherlands, because we were one of the 2 centers of the Calvinist Reformation, especially Flanders, Ghent, Bruges, were major centers of the Reformation in Holland. That's where they started the iconoclasm, so the breaking down of statues of holy people, of saints. That started there. Breaking down the ostentatiousness of the Catholic Church. But as you guys probably know, Flanders is almost 100% Catholic now. That's because the Spanish cracked down on that very hard, and that, in a sense, we Dutch people should thank them for that, because that meant that all the Calvinists in Bruges and Ghent, which, as I talked about, were 2 of the richest cities in Europe, fled to the Netherlands. Well, they fled somewhere else first, but eventually once things began to stabilize in the Netherlands, they fled here because they spoke the language, And they were typically very well educated and very rich with a set of very special skills. So they really kickstarted the Dutch Golden Age. It was sort of the combination of the Hollandic sort of shipping industry and trade networks combined with the Flemish high skills. So Flemish advanced cloth making, Flemish diamond shaping, Flemish tapestry making, so sort of high skill jobs that didn't really exist in the Netherlands before that. They came from Flemish refugees, so we can thank the Flemish for that. And also the VOC, the Dutch East India Company, was funded for a large part by Flemish capital, or well, not Flemish anymore, but from Flemish refugees. So they definitely played a major part in the Golden Age, and I do think that they were not 100% responsible. I think it was sort of the synergy of the major naval tradition in Holland, combined with these high trades. But especially, the combination was really what kickstarted this actually really strange period where this tiny little country dominated global trade. And I mean dominated. It was just for 50 years or so, European trade was dominated by Holland, just completely. As was European science and other places. Protestant and Reformed churches reject incense. Many Reformed and Protestant theologians have come to reject not only the elaborately decorated nature of Catholic churches. Yeah, I talked about that. They smashed the icons. If you ever visit the Netherlands, especially in the north, and you visit, for example, the former Grand Cathedral of Utrecht, you will notice that there are sort of alcoves in that church which don't have statues in them. That's because those statues were demolished around this period, 16th century. And they never put new statues in there because the church was converted to a Protestant church. Use of scent candles and incense is now increasingly considered sacrilege, and as a result, the demands for all types of incense that for over 1,000 years have pulled frankincense and myrrh from the east of Europe, from the east to Europe, had finally begun to decrease. All in flames. Yeah, so in Protestantism we don't have that. I've been to 1 or 2 Catholic services, although, you know, as I said, I'm not religious anymore. South Atlantic Sea has been charted. Very good. So let's now not protect trade. Let's explore. Can we not continue exploring? Oh, here it is. Yeah. Explore. I guess let's first explore the coast, and then we'll continue on towards India. We're getting closer. We're getting closer, boys. We must strive to understand the physical world around us. The ruler must understand the laws of God and man. Let us not waste time and money with such matters. No, we're definitely going to do something. I guess the physical world. That's fine. Oh no, I guess I should have done the gods and man thing, because we just converted. England and Aachen, so we're not going to go after them anytime soon. Brabant, though, we can go after them. Bremen, Dortmund, and Luxembourg. What about Liège? Cologne and Nassau, so we can go after them as well. Let's. I think one of these was at 100, right? Yeah. Let's continue slowly but steadily expanding. Covert actions. Build spy network. Build spy network in Brabant. See if we can grab the other center of reformation there in Antwerpen. That would make us the true center of the Reformed religion. Breda has converted to Reformed. We can become defender of the faith. What would that give us? Missionaries +1. Bit of morale in armies. Yearly prestige, monthly fervor. And that would basically call us into war with any any reformed country, right? So if, for example, somebody declares war on Brabant, we will be called in. I don't really want that. But I would be a pretty natural defender. And then we have the fervor thing. Where is it? Fervor points, yeah. So we have 50 points of fervor. And we can decide to focus on trade, war, and stability. -2 unrest. Wow, that's great, actually. Trade, of course, is always going to be there. And basically, once you have it enabled, it will, the fervor will go down, I think. Let's see. Yeah, the monthly change. Yeah, so we get -5 for focusing on trade. So if we pick another, we can pick more than one of these. We will get -5 fervor. But let's focus on purely trade for now. We have 900 gold, though. We should do something with that. Impressment offices. We can build a manufactory. Missionary is already working. Oh, we can't build all the manufactories yet, I guess. Ramparts. Attrition for enemies. Could go for production in Zeeland. Sure. Why not? Heretics of Den Haag have been converted. Let's continue with the heretics of Amsterdam. Noord-Holland. Let's protect our trade. Antwerp is converting some provinces as well. That's very good. Stability drop. Oh, did our prince died. Our leader died. We have a great regent, though. Consort Regent Mirjam von Hohenzollern. We will marry, of course, back into the Bohemian family. What about the French? Don't you guys want to marry me? Come on, man. Don't be dicks. Don't be dicks, France. Of course you want to marry me. Dynastic actions. Oh, we're still married. Okay, that makes sense then. Should probably focus on the French a bit more, because they don't like us that much. But they still like us fine. What can we do? Dissolution of the Monasteries Act. That would give us +6% tax modifier and +5% stability cost modifier. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, let's demolish the monarchies, the monasteries. That's fine. Portugal. Ooh, we can have some pretty strong countries as rivals. I guess Portugal. So we're probably going to grab some land from Portugal at some point. Not just yet, though. We are. There's plenty of room to expand for now. Have you discovered the Cape yet? You have. Okay. I think we will pull back our our guy from St. Maarten. And we will put him to the Cape Colony. Oh, we can't do it? Really? Didn't we hire that one guy? We did. It's still too far away, huh? That sucks. Okay, are we close to improving Diplo? It doesn't increase my colonial range. Okay, that sucks. I guess we could grab some land here. Could grab, because there's a big trading center here. We could core that. I guess for now we will send our colonists back to St. Maarten. But maybe we can go and grab some African land now. It's probably not a bad idea. Alright, with Mali and Ouagadougou. Alright. But we should build some more transport ships if we're going to do that. Ideally, I want the whole army to be able to be moved all at once. But I guess 12 or so should be enough. 12,000. Yeah, let's just split off about 12,000. So 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 12,000 people, and let's build a couple of more boats because we have 9 transport ships, right? 8. Okay, and we need 4 more. We can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go grab some African land. I guess we will need to do it without a CB though. Or can we fabricate a CB? You guys have expansion minus 50. We cannot build a spy network. There's no possible neighboring claim. We can probably fabricate a claim on Mali though. Is that a good idea? Yeah, there's a couple of trading centers there as well. It's probably not a bad idea. Sure. Let's pull some people back from France, I guess. Yeah. Build spy network. Let's try to fabricate a claim on Mali. We will just grab some land there. That's probably not a bad idea. You guys can continue exploring. We can do circumnavigate the globe. I mean, we have to, right? We might lose our ships, but it's too cool not to do. The country is currently continuing their expansion. St. Maarten gets a nice assimilation of natives thing, so that's good. Convert the heretics of Amsterdam to the one and only true Reformed faith. Very good. Let's continue doing that. It seems that the Center of Reformation is converting land for us as well. Very nice. Let's have a look at our. They're probably never gonna make it. No, abort, abort, people. Abort. Why can we not abort? Cancel mission. Cannot be assigned a new mission. Okay, they're gonna die. And last one. Yep, they're all lost. Okay. Well, I mean, we tried, I guess. We gain a claim on Antwerp. Ooh. That's nice. Can we now also fabricate a claim on Brabant? Covert. No, I guess not. Oh, no, it needs to be 35. Okay, yeah. Let's wait with that and continue, of course, converting our land. Bremen, Dortmund, and Luxembourg. I think we can. It's probably not a bad idea to just go for it. So now that they're being attacked by reformed people. This region is reformed. They're both reformed, and Flanders is Protestant, or Brabant is Protestant. So that already gives us a nice casus belli, right? Oh, we have made so much money. Did we lose? Oh, we lost an advisor. Yeah, that figures. Let's hire another one, though. Missionary strength +2. Inflation reduction. How's our inflation? It's nearly 0. Good. National tax modifier. I guess national unrest plus -2 can't hurt because we're going to conquer some land. Let's promote this man as well. Should we hire a military guy? Are we behind militarily? Not really. So I guess this is fine for now. We will keep the colonial range guy though. Yep, colonial enthusiasm, that's fine. Brabant Brabant defeated their reformed guys. Let's see if we can... Oh, we can't fabricate another claim. Okay, in that case, pull back, people. And we will declare war. France wants to join. Okay, that's good. We're happy to have you, France. Bohemia doesn't want to join, and Brandenburg is in debt, I guess. We could, I guess, just pay off that debt. Can we do that? It's like an action, right? Take on debt. We can send them a gift anyway. We have plenty of money, so I think it's worth it. Why don't you pay off your debt, Brandenburg? You can help us out. Did you pay off your debt now? Yep, they want to join. Are we going to have them both join? We don't need to, right? I think just Brandenburg is enough. Yeah. Let's attack these Brabantians. Yep, we won. Let's touch a stack wipe them if we can. Yep, okay. Let's occupy Antwerp. And let's hope that... Brandenburg is keeping the Bremenites busy. That's good. Let's hire a naval leader, by the way. Gerrit Marnix. Sure. Pergelders has converted. Oversticht has converted. Everything is converting. Only Groningen is not converted, but they're already being converted by the Center of Reformation, so that's good. We can invest in a new idea. I think that's probably a good idea because we are quite ahead of technology right now. We're not going to spend it on anything else anytime soon. Construction cost -10, sure. That's always good. We have already also gained another merchant by the Dutch trading spirit. That's good. And for travel time, double tears, fine. That's okay. We could try to send some trade from the Caribbean to our trade node, or we could send some from the Ivory Coast. That's probably a better idea. We have 9% of the trade power here. This is all going to Sevilla. We might as well grab some of that. That is perfectly fine. How much will we divert? Okay, 2 gold. That's nice. That's actually pretty damn good. Advancement of Religion Act. No. We want people to read the Bible. We're fighting the Bremen fleet. We destroyed them. Unsurprisingly. Valence is getting pretty strong though. Should keep an eye on that. Louis XII de Valois of France has died. There's a pretender rebel here. But they will probably not win. France wants another alliance, another royal match with us. That's fine. I think we will increase our relations with them again. Until it's 100. Because they are kind of losing interest in us. We don't want that. We want to keep on their good side. Friesland has been converted. It's only Groningen now, and they're being converted by the Center of Reformation, and then we will be fully reformed. Look at this. Who is our brother? Who are our brothers? The Scottish. The Scottish are reformed. We haven't really paid much attention to England yet. We might want to do that soon. Yep, Antwerp is grabbed. Now it's time for Brabant itself. I think we will just grab the whole thing. It will probably give us quite a bit of aggressive expansion, but we should be able to handle it. They're besieging our provinces. Bremen. Is that my province? It is. Yeah, we should probably give the Brandenburgians something. Bremen has a peace offer. They will give us some money. I wouldn't mind giving the Brandenburgians some land. If they want to grab some for themselves, like Verden. And we need a new... we've also built enough of a spy network in Mali to grab something. Let's grab Gabu. And let's grab... what else is there? Cayor, ideally, if we can. Yeah, we can, okay. Those two provinces are probably my most coveted ones, because they have the trade modifier. Stop building spy network. I think we'll go to war against Mali at a later stage. France has colonized something here. Okay. Good going, France. Yep, you grab some land. Do you want it? Brandenburg, yeah. Let's have a look at their diplomatic feedback, actually. Brandenburg, my guy. Oh, you want all of this land. Okay, that's fine, man. That's fine. They owe us a ton of favors. But we can give them some land. That's perfectly fine by me. Alright, Brabant has been sieged. Let's grab the whole of Brabant. 50 aggressive expansion, ouch. But only Flanders will join the coalition, so that should still be fine. You guys can have Verden if you want. 6.3. I guess you can have Stade as well. That's it though. And we want some money. Flanders will join a coalition, but that's fine. I think we are still okay. I think we don't need to worry too much of coalitions forming against us. And we did grab Antwerp, which has entrepot, which is a very good trade modifier. Very good. And that we also grabbed the religious center. So we have now 2 reformed religion centers in our land, which I haven't managed to do many times. So happy with that. Build buildings. Okay, fine, yeah. Plus 10 tax income. Wow, that's actually not bad. Let's keep an eye on these provinces, though. Let's keep our army raised for now. We have plenty of money anyway. Liège has announced us as a rival. I don't know if you can call us a rival, man. We are way stronger than you. I guess we can improve our army a bit, or increase our army a bit. Let's go 1 more infantry. And probably 2 more cannons. We want a ton of cannons. And maybe build some more transports. Yeah, let's build some more transports. Okay, both provinces are court. Let's make it a state. Court a state. We lost a lot of admin power doing this, but that's fine, I think. And let's also make Flemish a accepted culture. That will also help to keep unrest down. And then that probably more or less solves the unrest problem. Yeah, more or less. Okay, Brussels gets seats of strong aristocrats. -3 unrest. Okay, that's great, actually. Autonomy gain is not really great. We want autonomy to go down at some point, but I guess it's already fairly low. And they're already reformed, so we don't care about missionary strength. Johan III van Haspinga is the new ruler of Holland. Or should I say the Netherlands? Oh, look at this. Yeah, iconoclasm. I never noticed that. We have Willem, who is 216. Okay, wow, we're getting a lot luckier this time around. Maybe we are a lucky nation. But because this is another pretty great heir. And our concept is also not bad. And we're only 15 years old, so hopefully may Johan III live long and prosper. But look at this. This is iconoclasm. This is what I was talking about. This is what happened in the Netherlands in 1566. This is when the main wave of iconoclasm happened. And yeah, you will not see many statues in Dutch churches from before that time. If there are statues, they are usually of secular figures, like people who donated to the church, or like national heroes like Willem van Oranje, William of Orange, or Michiel de Ruiter, our great naval hero, the one who broke the chain at Chatham and stole the English flagship in 1668, I believe. Very famous event in the Netherlands. Probably not so much in England because they lost bad time. Well, I mean, let's be honest here. The English are probably 2-2, I believe, or is it 3-1 when it comes to Anglo-Dutch wars? There were 4 Anglo-Dutch wars, 3 in the 17th century, which one was a resounding Dutch victory, one was an English victory, and I think one was sort of a tie. And then the 4th Anglo-Dutch War was in 17-something, when the Royal Navy was already far supreme on the seas, much stronger than the Dutch Navy, and we lost that badly as well. So I think it's 2-2 or arguably 2-1-1 with one draw in between. But still, I mean, look at this size comparison. I'm still pretty happy with that outcome, considering, you know. And they never managed to invade us successfully, even though they tried a couple times, and we did manage to invade them successfully in 1688. So, yeah, I mean, You could argue that it was not an invasion, but I mean, this is William III we're talking about, who came in once James II turned out to be a secret Catholic, you know, and people wanted to get rid of him. Willem III, who was the stadtholder of the Netherlands at the time, came in. I think he put down his ship somewhere here, and there was also an army of about 20,000 troops there, and he marched to London, but he was sort of greeted everywhere. I don't think he really fought many battles, probably none at all, because he was kind of invited in by Parliament. But I mean, you could argue, had he not taken that army with him, he would not have become king, you know. So, yeah, I would call that a successful invasion, especially since we did land troops in England, and I think the navy was still pretty loyal to the king at the time. So, you know, but that's something that English people probably don't remember. But I do remember. I think even most Dutch people don't really know about that kind of thing. But oh well. There's a lot of history this episode. A lot of history lectures by me. Oh well. That is the channel. If you've been here long, then you know that is the channel. I think it's probably about time. We need another rival, I guess. The Papal State. Could do Mali. Sure. We're going to go to war with Mali, probably. Let's do that right now, actually. Let's do the 624. 624 army and keep the rest here. 12,000 troops. Let's go to Den Haag. Let's take our ships. We can, I guess, take 16k. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Do we have enough manpower? Not really. Might be worth it to wait for some manpower to restore. Yeah, let's wait a while. I think the claim on Mali will not go away anytime soon. So that should be fine. That being said, do we want to go to war with Mali or maybe Oyo? Or maybe both? I guess both. Because we want our next province that we want to colonize ideally should be the Cape. I guess we can go for Lesser Namakwa land. Can we? We have no colonists to send. But St. Martin is almost done being colonized. I guess we can just colonize this province. That's fine as well. That's the farthest away we can get. Can we not colonize Saint Helena? Oh, I guess the Spanish are already here. Damn, the Spanish move fast, man. Okay, our colonist is back. Let's go to here. We want eventually to round the Cape and go to Asia, of course. Do I want this to be a state? Not really, right? Can we? There's no trading companies, huh? Because I think it costs admin power to do this, right? No, I guess not. Okay, just the coring costs admin power. I mean, sure, we can core it. St. Maarten, the first full colony in the Caribbean, has been formed, and it's actually a pretty damn well-developed province, so pretty happy with that. Okay, our next colonist we already sent to South Africa. That's fine. We were going to go to war with Mali, but we were going to wait for our manpower to replenish, so let's do that. Instruments in church. Leading theologists are of the opinion that music shouldn't be used in religious sermons. They believe that it distracts people from the matter of importance, worship and seeking knowledge of God, and thus favor the ban of musical instruments in churches. This was actually a real discussion in the Netherlands. The Calvinists wanted to ban music in church, or some Calvinists wanted to, but in the end there was, I think, a synod, and they decided that organ music was okay, which is good, because the organs are some of the more impressive things you will find in any Calvinist church. Is the massive organ. So we will not issue a ban, probably. The pastors will lose some fervor. That's fine. Can we already... We can already see some more state land. Let's do that. We want this to be as low as possible in the end. We don't really mind the penalties right now, because the weaker the estate is, the less impactful these penalties are. As you can see, the nobility is at the peasants are at 12%, but they have zero influence, so we get no negative modifiers from that, which is great. This is not really realistic, by the way, because the Netherlands was very much not a centralized state during this time period. But well, how is the technology spread? Okay, so we should probably save up the admin technology at least. Colonial expansion. With lands on our frontier still yet unclaimed, a large group of colonists has arrived at court, requesting permission to set up their own colony, independent of our existing colonial efforts. They wish to claim Cape in the name of the Duke and begin establishing Dutch control over the area. I mean, of course, who am I to stop them? Well, indeed, because we couldn't reach this one. So I'm very happy actually that they they decided to go to Cape de Goede Hoop, Cape de Good Hope. This was, of course, as I'm sure most of you are aware, this was a Dutch colony. We never really grabbed the whole of South Africa. We grabbed sort of this area. The people there still speak a language that is very funny sounding to Dutch people. It's sort of a Dutch dialect, or well, let's not be disrespectful. It's a different language, but it sounds like a Dutch dialect basically. So with one family, I settled the issue. And if they speak slowly, I can still easily understand them. It's a bit further. It's a little bit further removed from Dutch than Flemish is, because Flemish is basically Dutch, or Dutch is Flemish, I guess. If you are Flemish, you would say Dutch is Flemish. But it's basically the same language. But Afrikaans has some oddities to it that make it a little bit different. But it's still it's very interesting that they still speak it, although, you know, it has kind of it's kind of sad that probably the most famous Dutch word in the world is apartheid, which means apartness, separateness, which, you know, has some negative connotations. It's a bit of a shame, but hey, loses 10 influence. For the burgers, okay, so the burgers are only at 6% influence. Very good. I love it. You love to see it. We have no colonies left, colonists left at the moment. That's fine. Cologne and Nassau. Maybe we should go after Flanders or Liège. Let's have a look at the aggressive expansion, though. Oh no, let's wait a while. I guess we did expand quite a bit this episode. How long have I been recording, actually? Oh, okay, about an hour. Okay, so I think that's probably a good place to leave it, actually. Next episode, we will continue expanding our colonial empire as we have done in this episode. We have reached the Cape. We have rounded the Cape. We will make our forays into Asia shortly afterwards. So let's see how we fare. Let's see if we, in the next episode, will be able to discover India, to discover, of course, the Spice Islands, to get a monopoly on the Spice Islands, to make our forays into North America, to continue expanding our empire in the Caribbean from this little island here, and to cut down on our sort of rivals here in the Low Countries, maybe conquer a little bit more, although, you know, we should keep an eye on France, although I guess they're fighting the Ottomans, I guess. Yeah, and they're losing against the Ottomans. Why are you even fighting the Ottomans, man? What are you doing? Is it like a crusade or something? Genoa and France. I guess they were allied with Genoa, and the Ottomans decided to take Genoa. Makes some sense, I guess. The Ottomans are, as usual, doing extremely well, but, you know, that's historical. So, interesting play. It's been going a lot better than the last playthrough. We're in 1515, so it's roughly around the same time period that we ended the last playthrough on. But our progress, as you can see, has been much better. So I'm very happy with how this run is going so far. Thank you guys very much for watching. I do have a Discord. The link is in the description. If you want to join that, feel free. It's a pretty lively discussion usually. Also remember to, you know, like this video and subscribe and leave a comment, because I'm always happy to hear from you guys, and it helps with the algorithm, as I'm sure you all know by now. But really, really do consider leaving a comment, because it really does help. I can notice it from the amount of views my videos get. I won't chill like this every episode, but sometimes I do need to tell you guys. So thank you guys very much for watching, And see you next time. Bye-bye.